First and foremost, Toronto's a beautiful city, multicultural, a lot of different races out here, but it's hard living in the inner city, you know?
You wake up in the morning, what do you see? You see crackheads, you see D-boys, you see strippers.
We see stuff and go through stuff that like other people don't really get to see and don't understand.
The situations you're put in the hood they just suck. Lifestyle is like any means necessary. Good guys don't make it.
Toronto, the hoods in Toronto are like a trap. Everything's a trap. They build it in a way that you can't see outside of it.
What I call the inner city, sometimes I call it jail, because some people never get out. Some people are lucky to get out.
There's only two places you can end up, jail or dead.
Exactly.
The violence is like kill or be killed. You can see that young kids are getting killed. You see that a 13-year-old holding a 4-5, broad day shootings like brazen axe.
You wake up, there's police outside, newscasts outside. To go to school, you go to school, hour in, school's on lockdown, you're under your table because someone got shot, there's a gun, there's something.
Being shot at is not, like, people glamorize it, it's not a cool thing.
2 of my friends lost their life last year. They're never gonna breathe again. Their kids are never gonna have their fathers in their lives.
I feel like everyone in the hood still has a choice. You could either go the right way or you can go the wrong way.
Of course you have a choice. But now factor in all the influences from your community.
It's a difficult thing when you come from the hood, you see people making money and it's fast and it's easy, and you go out in the real world and everybody's telling you you're not shit.
It's just not easy. The odds are against you. They're not with you. They're not with you. They're not with you.
This building that we're sitting in right now is basically the physical manifestation of a dream. And that dream is not just the dream of the founders and the co-founders of this organization, but it's the dream of the young people who've been looking for something like this without knowing what it was.
It's in my blood to want to help people, you know what I mean? Like, and just seeing somebody overcome an obstacle in their life and really work hard at something and then they get what they're due, that makes me feel amazing. And you know, that it's just like it's worth it. It makes you feel like it's worth it. It makes you feel like you have a point to be on earth.
We give them a platform to like just talk and actually learn things about themselves. As they're speaking, they're learning about themselves, because a lot of times they don't get the platform to just be like, just talk comfortably with people that aren't gonna just talk down to them or like, oh no, you can't do that, or you can't do that, or I don't like that, or whatever. It's not about what I like, it's about what you like.
We're working to undo lifetimes of trauma and pain and ways of looking at the world and flipping those perspectives into something positive.
We work with the people that are talented, that are amazingly driven and can't wait to get out into this industry and make something happen with their life, but at the same time, they don't have the resources to do it, they don't have the networks to do it.
And basically what we're trying to do is provide those resources in this space. So Remix is a space where you have things like a recording studio, video editing suite, business incubation center, creative arts incubation center, boardroom, 2 bathrooms, a kitchen, everything.
You know, at the start, they're here for the music, for the art. That's the Trojan horse, you know. That's the gift. And these impenetrable young people, these people with these impregnable defenses, they receive this gift, they have it with open arms, and they let it into their gates. But once that's there, that's when we start to hit them with life skills.
Before Remix, I wasn't really doing anything positive. I was out in the streets, just doing things that I don't even want to talk about. Remix basically taught me everything I knew. Before that, I didn't know anything. I was just drawn just for myself. It was like therapy, basically.
I'm like the poster child for it. Basically, I'm the poster child. If they didn't have Remix, I wouldn't be recording no music. Probably be in jail right now, not even standing in front of the camera.
A lot of people don't realize the types of communities that we have in Toronto. They are consistently getting worse. If you look at the past 10 years, I mean, there's been a lot more shootings, a lot more drugs going around, you know, a lot of violence and a lot of crime.
What we're doing is helping to build a safer city, helping to build a safer society, because the only way you get a safer city is when people feel respected, when people feel that they actually have opportunity, and that the barriers in front of them don't exist anymore. And that's what we're doing. We're breaking down barriers, we're opening glass ceilings up into skylights, where they can actually shoot for the stars and reach them.
The Remix participants are people that are incredibly talented, people that are incredibly driven, but also have incredible stories, that also have a lot of history that an 18-year-old really wouldn't have, or a 17-year-old really shouldn't have gone through all of that already in their life.
The reality of the situation is that we have young people who have violent pasts, and we have young people who've had violence inflicted upon them. Not only physical violence, but systemic violence. And what we're trying to do is help bandage those wounds to a place where they can heal themselves. Not that we're trying to heal people, but where they can heal themselves and finally be in a place where they can do that. This environment is one of the first safe and supportive environments that many young people in the city of Toronto have ever walked into, where they've actually felt supported, not just in trying to reach a goal, but try to reach their goals.
Sometimes I just like to get away from the environment where I come from or anything like that and just zone out, get to blast the music in here, just zone out. Sometimes even come do my homework in here, whatever it is, just being productive. I know whenever I'm at my office or in the building, I'm doing work. I'm doing something I love to do, and that's better than being out there. And you know what I mean?
You know, we're all young people ourselves who've come from communities who understand intrinsically and intimately what it is that they're facing, what they've been through, and where they're trying to get to. Because we've been through it, we've faced it, and we've surmounted it.
We do what we do because we love what we do, but this is what we were born to do. I can't do anything else but this. Like, me personally, I'm all about music and remix, and they tie in together so perfectly. It's like, what else am I supposed to do? This is what we were born to do.
Today's show, we have Gavin Shepard on the phone. We also have Drex and Future, all from the Remix Project, in the studio with us to discuss what's going on with youth living in Toronto, but also this unexpected partnership between Remix Project and a creation of a studio for youth in Rio, Brazil.
Really excited right now. We're very excited right now. About to head to Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, one of the most beautiful, intense cities on earth. And I use intense for a very good reason. So one of the things that we're going to be doing down in Rio is trying to help basically build this recording studio down in Terra Encantada, which actually means literally enchanted land.
So let's talk about the studio project, and how is it that a Toronto group or Toronto organization like the Remix Project is going to parachute into a community or into a favela in Rio and gain trust, do something with the time that's there and make things happen?
I mean, the studio project's probably gonna take a while till it's fully up and running and everything, but what we're doing when we go down there is we're bringing a bunch of equipment, programs, sounds, and all that stuff that we can sneak over there. Just show them how we did our project and let them use all of the knowledge and skills and experience that we built up over the past 7 years to, you know, to really run their program.
It's not just about parachuting ourselves in there, but like we brought up Sandro to Toronto to study Remix, to learn about what this is and how it's working, and he just like crashed at Drex's crib. So that level of trust is already starting to be built. It's not just like a selfish thing where we're like, hey, let's go take this trip to Brazil, you know, we're bringing our partners up here, having a real exchange.
E essa ideia bateu junto com a deles, porque no Brasil, os jovens do Brasil são muito ligados à parte hoje em dia de hip hop, que virou uma doença no Brasil, funk, que é uma doença. Então nós pegamos a ideia deles de fazer um estúdio na comunidade, e capacitar profissionais para que eles possam sair depois, para procurar um emprego já formado em operações de áudio, de vídeo, fotografia, em operadores de máquina, de projeção.
What the young people in the city of Rio de Janeiro are dealing with is very much in line with the same issues that we're dealing with. It's just a matter of scale. You know, they're dealing with gun violence, they're dealing with drugs, they're dealing with racism, sexism, all these same things, but they're dealing with it in a level that we've never even heard of. You know what I mean? Their murder rate in a day is equivalent to ours per annum.
Every year in Rio, there's more than 3,000 people murdered in this city. It's crazy. And I mean, people don't even realize it, you know? People living in the city don't realize it, you know? It's a real serious situation, and you don't realize it because, you know, the media doesn't report it all, and obviously a lot of these deaths are happening in neighborhoods that are, you know, socially excluded to the point that, you know, it almost seems that life is worthless and worth less than in other parts of the town or the city.
So there's a huge hip hop festival coming up, and hip hop is so live in Rio right now. It's just crazy. I'm hearing that we're bringing some Toronto artists down to Rio.
Right. So myself, I'm gonna performing. Future's gonna be DJing.
Traveling this way is completely different because you're going to see more, and I think I'm gonna see more and I'm gonna do more than I would normally. Usually when we travel, like when I travel with my parents, it's like we just travel to get away. This is not really a getaway. This is kind of like to go somewhere and actually be productive and get some stuff done and try to set some stuff up. So I think that's extremely important.
We got this one participant in the program, Ricky. He's gonna be performing.
I haven't been to no Caribbean, no tropics, no Mexico. Shit, I'm still trying to go across the border to America here and there. But Brazil, I'm on my way.
We have another participant, Thomas. He's gonna be participating in the graffiti aspect of the festival.
Thomas is like this diamond in the rough kid. I'm really excited that he's actually gonna be able to come now because I think this trip is gonna just like kind of rock his mind a little bit. He's also the youngest of the people that we're gonna be bringing down.
Roxanne, she's gonna be filming and taking pictures the whole time.
I've always wanted to travel. Like I want to actually like live in Tokyo or something for a year, do some English teaching or do something. Like I have a huge passion for traveling. Although I haven't traveled, I know like I'd love it.
It's like a lot of these people are kind of on the right track where they're in a place where they know that they want to do something, right? But this is just helping to grow that perception, grow that understanding of what they are capable of and what's possible. We just wanted to like call a meeting and get everyone together to go over last minute details, things to tell loved ones or people concerned about where you're going or what's popping, and also just for yourselves to be like, know a little bit more about what to expect and things to look out for and be aware of. So Chris is joining us from Schools Without Borders. If you guys don't know who Chris is, he's the guy who's basically responsible for you going on this trip. He runs Schools Without Borders. They're the reason why we have this relationship with Ibis and Sandro and the guys who are going to be building the studio and taking part in festivals and stuff with down there.
That meeting was largely about reframing the trip, because when most people think of Brazil, they think carnival, party, drinking, dancing, and all those things. And that cultural experience is incredible. But at the same time, there's a social reality to what's happening there, especially in the favelas, that needs to be up front and that people need to think about.
So there's a lot. Brazil and Rio specifically is a really crazy place. I mean, you gotta be really careful. I mean, so take it in, but you gotta, really listen well and respect the situation.
But there was a meeting about like Brazil and safety in Brazil and stuff. I was a bit nervous. I felt a bit of anxiety.
You're not nervous? No, I don't really get nervous. There's violence everywhere. I can handle it.
I think you guys gotta really look out and get grounded and start to feel comfortable where you're at, so you don't put other people or other people you're with in a weird position.
We've got all these plans, we've made all these connections, we have people who are expecting us, we have youth who are expecting to go, we have people who want to give us the money to make it happen, but there's people right now that are like, okay, that's all good, well and good, but look, you got to do this proper, you got to do this better, you got to do this, make sure there's due diligence. Right now, you're not going. You know what I mean? So right now, technically, we're not going, but we have everything in place, but it's just like until the T's get dotted and or crossed and the I's get dotted, then we're not in the best position.
Let's be honest. If you're taking young people who are your participants, hopefully high-risk participants, because that's who we're working with, and you're taking them to a country like Brazil, which is a wonderful country, but there are, if you're going to the favelas, like we're not talking like a New York ghetto. We're talking really, we're talking City of God.
So, working on this stuff for LAMP, this international organizational policies, just trying to finish that up right now. I think it's like a 15-page document. Then we gotta work on a contingency plan. I spent a lot of hours writing these organizational policies around exchange programs, and I spent a lot of time working on the contingency plan as well. So I think it should be straight. Remix.
I need the flight information for Future and Tyrone to be faxed to the Brazilian embassy. Can you do that? People upstairs, they said they haven't received the travel information for Tyrone and Future, although we've faxed it to them several times. They're holding our thing up. We leave on Saturday, it's Wednesday. So we have 2.5 days to figure this out, and just trying to make it all happen, basically.
I mean, faxed Tyrone's ticket like 4 times, like repetitively, just to make sure that they'd get it. And they said they didn't have it. So driving here, driving there, getting the tickets, bringing it back, and now we gotta go back tomorrow at 11 a.m. You know, it's extremely frustrating.
Okay. Okay. We've had a hell of a week. We had a crazy time doing the visas. There's a bit of drama there for a while about whether they're even going to let us go. It was very much in the air. It's been a little bit stressful, to say the least. Okay. No, that's great. That's awesome. No, that's wicked. Thank you. All right, wicked. I'm gonna go tell Jackson. That was a phone call from Lamp to basically say we're good to go. Everything is done. Stress off the shoulders. Feeling good, so we're gonna go let Drex know right now that everything's good and popping. So, grants are in, Zuckerman, the voucher, Lamp is giving it the A-OK.
Yeah, baby! Going to Brazil!
Life is good.
Going to Brazil!
Life is good.
Positivo, elemento armado aí no balão. Bota o contato com o oficial de comunicação.
They can't touch me. We break off, run so fast they can't even touch me. In that gypsy, touch me. I show you tricks from a zigzag quickly. Pick up the packs on my journey. Dogs when they start to follow me. I'm alive, some days they suck. We live for the buck, we get for the family. I wanna get up.
Sempre distante, seremos usando o aeroporto nacional Antônio Carlos Jobim, Galeão, no Rio de Janeiro. Por favor, mantenha o curso de suas poltronas na posição vertical, suas mesas fechadas e travadas e os cintos de segurança afivelados.
Oh snap, we here, baby. We in Rio, baby.
It's been like about 20 hours now, which is quite ridiculous, but our energy levels are still up, we're still good, ready to do some good work, get money, make change.
Go out to the communities, help the youth in the communities, get to meet the other community workers, see what we're doing in Toronto, see what they're doing in Rio de Janeiro, politic a bit, come up with great solutions to make everything better, man. That's what we're out here for.
All the equipment is here, no worries at the border. We got it all here, studios, setting it up.
Pause is the official word of the trip. Pause.
Somebody says something crazy, you say pause. When they say something good, you say play. That's what it is.
Simple as that. So we made it. A lot of little struggles, tribulations, and a crazy cab ride, but we're present and we're definitely excited to do this.
Of course we're excited. I mean, for a lot of us, we couldn't even believe that we were actually in Brazil. But we understood at the same time that when we wake up in the morning, we're not here for a vacation.
Yeah, baby.
Porque todo traficante tem vontade de sair do crime. Não tem um que não tem vontade, todo mundo tem vontade. Tinha dinheiro no bolso e tinha vontade de sair do crime porque tu vive oprimido, meu irmão. Sabe, qualquer hora tua vida pode acabar. Eu te falo isso porque eu vivi isso. Todo traficante que eu começava a correr de madrugada, eu ficava conversando de madrugada com meus amigos, falava, pô, meu irmão, que vida que nós vivemos, hein? Ele falava, algum dia nós vamos sair disso, né? Mas é difícil, Léo. Como é que nós vamos trabalhar? O que nós vamos fazer? Mas falta o apoio, o recurso. É isso que falta para o traficante.
Today's day 2. We're going to Terra Encantada. It's the first full day. That's where we're. One day the studio will be built, and we're going to help get everything set up and prepared and whatever, and drop off this equipment. In Rio, like there's several different main drug factions, right, and gangs. And so when one of these gangs will take over another one's territory, anyone associated with that gang has to leave. This community that we're going to, it's a community that's almost exclusively the product of gang war.
We out here, first step on the favela grounds.
Grab your stuff?
It's beautiful.
Y'all ready to get your mind blown or what?
So we're just about to meet up with Farinha and Sandro from Soldiers Nevermore. Also, Andrew's gonna be there from Schools Without Borders, who's basically kind of like the linchpin of this whole thing, because not only was he the one to first introduce us, who's been playing a major part in actually facilitating and making this thing happen.
What's up, Sandro?
When we showed up, man, it was like seeing old friends. They seemed to be so excited about the equipment that we brought, and we just started talking about the project immediately.
Soldiers Nevermore is the name of the project. Soldiers Nevermore is investing in the community. They work in a bunch of different communities. This is one of the spaces that they have.
E aí eu propus a eles a gente fazer trabalho diferente. Trabalho onde nós pudéssemos atingir diretamente o nosso alvo, que era os jovens que estavam envolvidos com o tráfico. Por eu ter perdido vários amigos, né, eu propus a eles a gente fazer um projeto só para trabalhar com essas pessoas, entende? Uma coisa que eu tenho comigo, que sempre vou guardar, é que só nós mesmos podemos modificar a nossa história. Só nós mesmos podemos modificar o nosso redor, a nossa comunidade, então tem que partir de nós mesmos.
Através de Farinha, uma vez quando eu tinha acabado de chegar de cadeia, Farinha veio me dar um papo referente a esse projeto, aí, pô, sai dessa aí, cara, pô, vem trabalhar com a gente aí, cara, não sei o quê. Ah, se isso aí não existia, cara, eu acho que é o que eu tinha acabado de falar no começo mesmo, eu não estaria aqui não, estaria morto. Pô.
Só pra mim, Soldado Nunca Mais é uma porta onde que os jovens que estão sem perspectiva de vida nenhuma, sem nenhum pensamento num futuro próximo, num futuro bem distante, é onde que esse pessoal que está envolvido com o tráfico vê o Soldado Nunca Mais como um retorno, um regresso à sociedade. Então, nós temos um modelo vivo, né, aqui dentro da nossa própria comunidade aqui, que é do Terra Encantada, né, que é mais um núcleo aqui do Soldado Nunca Mais. Temos o Sandro aí, que, pô, é um cara que foi um dos primeiros aí a ser resgatado, né, no começo, lá em 2000, 2001.
Eu me envolvi no tráfico com uns 15 anos de idade, 15, 16 anos. E quando tu entra no crime, tem essa visão. As pessoas te olham diferente, existe um respeito, né? E o que o crime deu foi isso, foi visão. Deixa de ser qualquer um. Tu deixa de ser um simples morador para ser algo mais, né? É isso.
E hoje a gente está usando a imagem dele, né, para poder resgatar outros jovens, né, porque muitos jovens viram ele andando de fuzil, andando armado e tal. Então a gente usa hoje a imagem dele para poder resgatar outros jovens.
No trabalho que eu faço aqui com as crianças e adolescentes, eu tenho essa visão, eu posso passar a eles essa visão, o porquê não entrar, o porquê é errado entrar nessa vida. Eu tenho toda a visão, que o que ele vier me perguntar, eu tenho a resposta. Por isso eu acho que facilita muito o meu trabalho.
I didn't even realize the extent of, I guess, like the trip to Toronto influenced Sandro, because I mean originally we were talking about doing a studio and maybe a couple other things, and now he's like full media arts center, photography, video, you know, everything.
Eles querem mais, o mundo evoluiu, a tecnologia está aí hoje em dia, eles vê televisão, eles vê computadores na casa de amigo deles, vê com lan house, eles sabem que existe um centro de gravação, eles sabem que existe curso que possam capacitar eles para aprender aquilo ali. E a gente tem que dar essa oportunidade a eles. Não de pagar um curso desse, a gente quer sim oferecer isso para eles, oferecer, no caso, um futuro para eles. A ideia é essa. Não é aquele básico deles, é ser pedreiro, é ser catador, é ficar no sinal, trabalhando, vendendo doce. É um trabalho digno, é melhor que eles estivessem na rua fazendo outras coisas erradas. Mas por que não dar para eles um sonho a mais, uma coisa melhor ainda? Essa é a ideia do projeto do audiovisual.
We're standing right now what is set to be the recording booth. So this is where you're gonna have the microphone, headphones on.
Even with the studio, once the studio's up, you can start with an internet radio station immediately, right?
Yeah, and the idea is to, this, part of this space over here will be a lot like what you guys are doing there and stuff like that, and taking you kind of a little bit as a model and modifying it a little bit to fit here. Like for instance, this space here, it's going to be prepared not just for vocal recording, but live full band recording as well.
Só vai ampliar. Para mim, é mais uma opção que eu vou ter para poder estar resgatando esses jovens.
Studio's crazy, man. They're in there soundproofing, they cut out a huge hole for the window. Man, these guys put in work. This place is gonna be better than Remix. We need to step our game up. It was further along than we thought, but not far along enough where we could set up the equipment and start laying down tracks and making some music and showing them how to use the software and the equipment. So it was kind of like a hurry up and wait thing where, you know, we got down there, we were really excited, and it was at a point where we just dropped off the equipment and really couldn't take it much further than that.
This is surreal right now. Give me 5. These kids are having more fun than we do at home. We have more than they do.
Terra and Cantata is one of the poorest of the poor favelas. You know, it's pretty intense. You know what I mean? There's like open sewage. Kids are playing soccer next to open sewage. It's like this whole new reality. You know, with the kind of Toronto.
I really liked it. I didn't expect it to be what it was, especially with the passion that they have for life and for living and enjoying life. And it just allowed me to experience Rio and experience the culture.
Basically, people are building their homes from scratch, using whatever they can find, whatever they have. It's quite amazing, actually.
Oh, it's amazing to see the difference. Jump on an airplane, wake up 10 hours later, and bang. And I mean bang. It's different.
People who visit Brazil don't see stuff like this. You gotta be invited. You didn't see the kids climbing the trees and taking the mango?
I just feel like in Rio, you're really on your own if you have the money. Like, you're on your own. There's nobody that is gonna help you out or hold your hand or give you anything. You're on your own.
That shit was crazy. That's actually poor. Their streets are all mud. Houses were built out of cabinets, anything they could find. Kids with guns. So seeing that made me change my perspective because I have way more opportunity than they do. Shit is crazy. So I'm not gonna let that go to waste.
It's definitely an experience to be out here. You know, it's not the same as back home at all, at all, at all.
And then the third command.
Lost for words.
Now everyone associated with Drake his brothers, cousins, friends, and family have to go past me. Here.
for me to come here and just take pictures and leave and never come back, yo, it won't sit well with me. I swear to God, yo. If I have to front my own bill and come up here another time, I will do it, yo. That's all my life.
That's why we're trying to build this thing to be like what they call, like, you know how they have sister cities? Yeah. We want Terra Encantada to be our sister project. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a relationship the whole time. You know what I mean? It's family.
Well, what we thought we came to do in Rio was to build a recording studio, but we were wrong. We got tricked. These people tricked us into falling in love with the community, their ideas, their projects, and no, we didn't get to build the studio, but what we did get to do was be completely involved in this project, and we love it, and that's gonna last forever.
This is just the beginning of a long-term relationship and a long-term project that's gonna last us the rest of our lives.
Na mídia, aí eles mostram normalmente o que acontece. Ah, a favela da Vila Aliança tá dando tiroteio, morreu não sei quem, e a criminalidade aumenta. Não é só isso, né? Também tem esporte, criança brincando, tem projeto, tira criança da rua. Não é só tiroteio, morte e tal. Ele só mostra o lado ruim, né? E o lado bom ele não mostra não.
Como é que você se sente sabendo disso?
Mano, sente meio triste, né? Que só mostra a criminalidade, morte e tal. Aí tu fica se sente meio mal. Aí quem quer vir aqui de passagem, e não, lá na Vila Aliança é isso, tem tiroteio, mas não sabe o lado bom, né?
So we're in Vila Aliança. It's a neighborhood that's out in the suburbs. It's a neighborhood that kind of got started in the 60s and 70s when there was a kind of a political view by the government of burning a lot of the communities, the poor communities in the South Zone and the rich neighborhoods, and moving people out of the downtown area to the suburbs, right? So a lot of that has turned into these really huge communities, really huge poor communities where you find a lot of violence and stuff like that. We're in one of these communities, which is Vila Aliança, and we're visiting a project that is also supported by IBIS, which is Ponto BR is the name of this project. This is Paulinho, he's the coordinator of the project. Galera aqui, eu vou explicar para vocês já que vocês estão aqui. Essa galera aqui tá vindo do Canadá. Trabalho com uma organização lá no Canadá também que trabalha com cultura de hip hop, né? E eles foram chamados para tocar nesse festival de hip hop do CUFA, chamar a galera para tocar, né? Fazer uma apresentação junto com eles enquanto que eles estão cantando e mandar lá no festival.
Our plan in coming down here, we were like, we'll get those kids from Paulinho's program and we'll put them into our set and we'll make it live. We had no idea who these kids were. You know what I mean? They came in and they were just like, oh, we'll do a little demonstration. We're like, okay, cool, let's see the demonstration. We're sitting there like,
like the drum patterns you're about to give them compared to what they just did is like boring to them.
I know, that's why I told them, I'm like, yo, our shit is like real slow and chill, like it's not gonna be, but it'd be cool if they can like interpolate some shit too, you know what I mean? Every once in a while.
You know me, Drex, MC, rapper.
Hip hop.
Hip hop. like, damn, we never done this before. Like, I've never played with a live drum, like, group. And Paulino, he was just really, really, like, focused and wanted to prove to all of us that he was gonna do a good job. It's gonna be hard for them to stay at a slower tempo, because the tempo that they're playing at is probably like 180 or something, you know? And our tempo is like 93, 94, like that's the regular hip hop tempo. And the patterns, they were getting the patterns easily, but they kept going faster and then slower and falling off beat. They're not on tempo, that's the thing. We're trying to figure that out.
You know, like when I first walked in and I saw them do the thing, we're like, we're gonna kill it. We're gonna mash up the place. It's gonna be sick. And then like we started practicing and I'm like, we're fucked. This is not gonna happen because it was completely just off beat.
Você quando faz assim, ó, tum, ele tá fazendo um tum-turum lá. Não, bicho. Não, escuta. Eu quero que faça assim, todo mundo igual. Pum, 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 pum.
E foi, aí quando ele veio foi um negócio meio, eu sei lá, porque... Dificultado, porque era de hip hop e a gente era batida. A gente tinha que encontrar uma batida, a gente tinha que fazer uma batida pra ficar junto com a música deles.
O problema foi mais a gente tocava, a gente acelerava, a gente saía fora do ritmo da música. A gente acelerava muito, aí tinha que voltar de novo no ritmo, a gente repetia várias vezes a música pra ficar certo.
Mas depois, a gente é sempre assim, começa enrolado, difícil de acontecer o negócio, mas chega na hora do show, no final sempre acaba dando certo. Mas só que não é assim mesmo, a gente é jovem, né? Aí não consegue se concentrar muito bem.
Eventually they got it, man. And they got it and they killed it and we just were like, thank you. Yo, we gotta say that Paulinho is the man. This guy is an ill instructor. Like he's went from the most intricate, crazy up-tempo percussion rhythms, and now he's teaching them something completely different in a matter of minutes, and they're like catching it. So like, definitely huge shouts to the kids. The youth are incredible, like what they're doing. But Paulinho's the man.
Bom, o primeiro efeito que eu espero que tenha, são vários efeitos, né, na verdade. Mas o primeiro é que eles tenham a ambição cultural, entendeu? Que acabe com as limitações que existem culturais entre a favela e o asfalto, né? Eu sempre falo para eles que eles têm que ter a cabeça erguida para entrar em qualquer lugar, entrar e sair de cabeça erguida. E eu espero também que fortaleça mais assim a autoestima deles, sabe como é que é? Que vários meninos na favela entram pro tráfico porque quer estar ali perto do cara de fuzil, porque todo mundo passa e fala bem daquele cara. Hoje eu acho que a questão todinha de estar no tráfico é uma questão de querer respeito, querer mostrar para alguém alguma coisa que você não é, que você é importante. A palavra certa que a gente fala é querer mostrar status, ter status. Então, a questão, eu acho que hoje em dia, a medida preventiva é muito importante dentro das favelas.
Acho que é importante que tira muitas crianças da rua. As crianças quando começa a idade começa a fazer merda na rua, aí já tem um negócio para eles se focar, tocar música, viajar, se interessar mais, aí fica mais assim, entrosa mais na escola, começa a estudar mais um pouco da música e até seguir a carreira mesmo musical, né?
Sim, tocar na percussão ajuda muito, o projeto, né, ajuda. É bom que não fica à toa na rua, fumando, cheirando, faz essas coisas assim que os jovens fazendo aí.
You're singing the words. I mean, yeah, for sure it's gonna work. Yeah, it's gonna work. I mean, we have a lot of rehearsing to do, but we have a lot of time. We have today, we have tomorrow, and then we have an hour sound check the day of the show. So we're good, man.
We weren't prepared and we didn't expect to grow like as attached to these kids as we are, you know what I mean? Or to fall in love with these kids as we have.
Seeing them in their community and walking through their community was an experience in itself. Man, that's a favela. Like, that's a real favela. We're gonna see like 18-year-old kids in the middle of the street on lawn chairs holding AKs. Guys with walkie-talkies when we walk by, they're walkie-talkie and somebody telling us that we walk by them and whatnot. But they're with Paulino, and Paulino was like the godfather of the community. Like, all of these parents trust their kids with him and trust their lives with him, you know? So, like, if they're with Paulino, they're safe, and their parents know that.
If I was to use one word to describe what it's like in the favela, I would say intense. You know, I would say there's intense beauty. I'd say there's intense poverty. I'd say there's intense creativity. There's intense threats of violence. You know, and everything about it is intense, and there's almost an electric way of living that is as once like full of energy as much as it is lying dormant and running in the currents of the communities that we walk on.
It's a tough neighborhood. I mean, the drug trade there is very strong, very, very well fortified inside the neighborhood, very heavily armed, and very present. Just the other day, we couldn't go in because the police were having an operation there that killed 3 people in front of the center where the drum group of Ponta BR rehearse.
A Vila Aliança é uma das comunidades consideradas a mais perigosa, né, da Zona Oeste. Perdi muitos amigos, né? Perdi muitos amigos que foram pais de alunos meus, que a maioria dos meus alunos não tem pai, morreram no tráfico, morreram por assalto ou estão presos. A gente tem que viver sempre aguardando que aconteça alguma coisa perigosa, porque nós vivemos ao lado do tráfico.
A gente não se sente seguro não, mas para acabar com isso, os polícias veem para tentar acabar com a criminalidade. Não é sempre seguro. Aí vai que você tá em casa sozinho, sua mãe saiu para trabalhar, os polícias chegam, te confundem com o bandido e te matam. É fogo. Ninguém se sente...
Sem ter necessidade.
Então não se sente segura porque...
Não, dentro da sua própria casa você não pode se sentir seguro. Incrível.
Swear it's October the 31st, souls, these Halloween masks be on and laughing, smiling faces. I see y'all niggas, I know y'all see me too. Yes, sir.
Yo, I got your email. You said where you talk about the young people from Ponta BR, and you said it's impossible, but it's impossible for us to do the show without them. I know this is completely possible, but they told me yesterday that it's impossible, and there's no way it can happen with 18, under 18 to get it, even with letters of permission. But we're gonna try and gangster this out anyways, because we have to have these kids with us, especially after rehearsing with them.
It's a late show. We go on at 11. You know how shows go. We'll probably be on at like 12. And some of them are like 11, 12, 13 years old, right? So
it's like you can't give kids an opportunity to try to do something and then have them practice for 3, 4, 5 hours and then tell them that they can't be a part of the show. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's so much, like, it's not even so much the right thing, it's just the principle, right? If they can't do it, they can't do it. But I mean, if they can't do it, we can't do it either, right? If it's a waste of their time, it's a waste of our time too.
the time we spent with rehearsals, with these kids, building that relationship, whatnot, has also built a bond. Like you never imagined that was what was going to happen, but now we're deeply invested in these kids' lives.
You know, it's been crazy. I think, to be honest, that this has been the most enjoyable part of my trip, is just working with these kids. And man, it's just like we're learning from each other, and it's like a friendship, and it happened so quickly, and it was not like, we did not expect this to happen at all. And I mean, I can't wait to come back and hang out with them some more, man. We came down here based on this was gonna happen, and now it might not. So phone calls don't work, kind of stuck.
Well, we have 2 days. We can go to their parents and get a van. We'll be taking a van. We're gonna pay for them to have a van, so it won't be bus, or there'll be no risk.
Okay, so we're here at the Hutus Festival, official sound check, hours away from the show. The venue looks dope, the kids are amped, taking pictures, everything's rolling smoothly. Back with Paulino and the crew.
We had this drama where the Hutus people were like, oh, you can't bring them, they're underage, it doesn't work, it's not gonna happen, it's impossible. You know, and it got to the point, we were rehearsing with them, and I just called them up and I was like, look, there's no show without these kids. It won't happen. It can't happen. There's no show without these kids. If you want us to perform, they have to come. And they were like, oh, hold on. You know, and they went about it and they cleared it and they made it happen. And that was make or break to me, and they made it. It was an honor for us to work with them.
Check, check, check. Check, check, check.
Oi. So the kids are having an incredible time getting ready for the show up there. The energy's electric, we're ready to go. There's banging on the tables, banging on funk rhythms, singing songs, making the whole place just go crazy. It's dope, it's so cool. I'm excited, let's go.
Começamos a cantar, a zoar. Aí todo mundo gostou, o restaurante tudo começou a cantar.
So when they say that Hutus is one of the biggest hip-hop festivals in Latin America, they are not kidding. This year, they actually had a whole circus vibe, which was crazy, man. It was like really over the top. Coming into it, we already knew that this was gonna be a serious thing, but when we got there, they had skate parks, street basketball tournaments, they had all these booths selling all different like hip-hop clothing and all sorts of things. It was way bigger than we ever expected.
Cara, queria saber se você tá nervoso.
Não. Normal. É porque se você na hora eles perguntaram se eu estava nervoso, eu falei pra você que não estava. Você fez essa pergunta lá, né? Eu falei que não estava nervoso, mas eu estava nervoso sim.
We're minutes away from the show. So guys, one last time. Ricky, babe, sorry. One last time, okay. So we go, boom, intro.
Yes.
Kids intro, boom, rise to the top, over to kids.
Me and her.
Yeah.
We've been planning and thinking about this moment for so long. All of a sudden, this was real.
Boom, 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 boom. Drop the beat.
Hutus Rap Festival recebe diretamente do Canadá com vocês.
We're about to make a real pop in here, baby.
Primeiro a gente entra, a gente fica um pouco nervoso, né? Caraca, tomara que a gente não erre isso.
Alguns ficaram tremendo.
Tal. Aí depois, na batida certa, fui soltando, fui relaxando, fui tocando, começamos a sorrir, a dançar, a zoar.
And then going to the show in front of all of these people, that Hutus, and performing and they weren't even nervous. Like I was probably a little bit more nervous than them, and they're just like going nuts on the drums. They're having the time of their life. Man, it was like to see the happiness and the enjoyment on their face was amazing.
You ready to work this out? Yeah, let's do that, baby.
There's so many different aspects to life that we are very small on the radar of like the entire world. You know, art and hip hop and video and photography is not really going to change that much. But at the same time, that needs to be done, and we're trying to play our part. You know what I mean? What we're trying to do is just open people's eyes, because people are drawn into art and music, right? So like, we're using that medium to wake people up, you know. But we're not. It's not an immediate change. You're not going to see one day poverty, the next day wealth. You know, that's unrealistic. But you have to change the people inside the community before you can change the community. That shit was hot, man. I wish we could go back and do another one tomorrow. It's a wrap, man.
Good job, guys.
Senti, tipo, que uma celebridade, né? Tocando com banda de outro país. Um monte de gente tirando foto da gente. Filmando, luzes, pô. Aí se empolgamos, começamos a rir, zoamos, todo mundo tirando foto, todo mundo aplaudindo. Todo mundo caindo no ritmo, dançando.
Não foi através de uma amizade, né? Que eles, não é amizade, foi uma amizade que eles criaram. A gente, uns tempos que eles ficaram aí.
Ah, eu espero revê-los sim. Eu espero revê-los.
It's just crazy. When they gave me the flag, with Ponte Bere flag, with all the signatures on it, like, man, I don't want to get all corny and stuff, but I almost like shed a tear, you know, because to see them so happy to give me something, it's just like, I'm gonna hang that up in my office, and whenever I feel like life sucks and Toronto's rough and things are down, I'm just gonna look up at that flag and be like, yeah, I remember that. That was a highlight of my life.
Sinto que eu mudei muito aí. Lá eu conheci várias pessoas. Eu gostei, eu mudei.
It's always been a thought, but I thought that I wasn't ready. But after the experiences in Brazil, then, bro, my mind just, it's like, You know, when you soak a sponge into water, how heavy it gets?
Yeah.
But without the water, it's so soft. It's just filled my mind up with so much more knowledge and so much more learning that now I think I'm ready. I can lead young people now after experiencing so much stuff. That's all I was really waiting for is the timing for myself, you know?
Yeah. A little more of that life experience first.
Yeah, you know? That I can share with people too. I can
say like, yeah, when I was in Brazil, this is what happened. Or, yo, and this.
My focus is completely changed. As soon as I got here, I realized that it's not about me, and that there's more to the world than the little world that revolves around me.
To actually come to a place where they embrace what I like and what they don't accept in Canada, it's just something else. It just adds to Rio being so wonderful. Still, I feel like I need to do something, give back to these people. I just don't know what to do yet. Gotta do something for the kids.
What you can't plan for is almost the inevitable. You're gonna connect with people. You're gonna connect with people in a way that is going to change your life. That's why I want to bring young people down from Remix that wouldn't have a chance to travel, that are from neighborhoods and maybe experiences in some people's cases, that would be inspired to be like, you know what? It's not so far-fetched for me to take this step and to really do something great. Because like, look what these people are doing and look what their resources are. Now look what my resources are and what I'm capable of.
When you're out here, man, the stuff you see and the experiences you go through, it's life-changing. It's life-changing because the stuff we take for granted and the stuff we argue about and bicker about, you should see what they're dealing with over here. I'm in Brazil right here, and this is a life-changing experience.
I got a sense of reality out here, really and truly. Like, it feels more real. The things that I was seeing here when we went to the favelas and stuff seemed like it was out of a movie. And my life seemed real. Now it seems like to be the opposite in a sense.
I just got the feeling that how good you can feel inside to help somebody else. You know? Actually help somebody. It's a great feeling.
Definitely, like this entire experience of being in Rio made me very angry. I also feel very inspired here. I think it'll be cool to give back to less fortunate kids and help out and teach them what I know. The very little bit that I know.